Hello, I'm Sally Williams and welcome to our next Martogg Industry Moment. Once again, Helen Millicer, Director, One Planet Consulting, and her team are the SPE Plastics and Circular Economy Conference event curators. And I was at the event last year. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Helen joins me now to tell us all about what we are to expect this year. It's actually in October and it's based in Melbourne. And believe me, after this conversation, you are going to want to register. Hello, Helen.
Hello, Sally, and thank you so much for having me. It is going to be a great event, so I'm looking forward to talking about it.
I believe it's even bigger and better than last year. And last year was fantastic.
Indeed, the comments from last year were outstanding. People said it was the best conference they've been to in a very long time, which was high praise, came from so many people. And I think it was the first conference I've ever attended that came up with a communique about their vision and needs for change uniformly across the whole room for change for the way we manage plastics in this country. So this year, it's same format, also 2 days in person in Melbourne, and we have some outstanding speakers coming from around the world to Australia, plus also 2 online sessions with international global experts as well. So for anyone who's interested in how we bring about circularity in Australia and a low emissions future, we are focusing on one particular sector, being plastics. And as I've said for many years, plastics are fantastic, but they are also fatal. So how do we make the transition to a circular, low emissions future with a focus on plastic? That's the purpose of this conference.
And it's the only way we're going to get results. We'll get solutions, and that's what we're working towards. But you've got to get everyone, the big thinkers, together and the change makers to share their knowledge and learn from one another. Surely.
So we're going to have all the supply chain covered. So whether they are brand owners, manufacturers, reprocessors, MRF operators, designers, marketers, and government people, we've got all of them in the room collaborating on a specific subject area, which is plastics. We're going to also be looking at the different material streams, so the different polymers, right through from PET and polyethylene through to PVC, which is heavily used in the building industry and infrastructure. And we're going to be looking at everything from agriculture. So there's consistent problems across the board. And our objective is, with each session, we're going to solve a different problem. So economics of plastics, the content of plastics, the material flow, the recyclability, the recycled content of plastics. We're going to be addressing each one of those stewardship programs with a specific session. So if people want to come along and be part of the solution, they've got to be at the conference.
They do, and it's very interactive. There's a lot of Q&A.
Yes, I insist on that because I don't like going to conferences where I feel like I'm back at uni and being talked at. It's so important that we use the brains trust in the industry and all the different parties to come to solutions in this conference. So one of the highlights for me is going to be some of the people that we have speaking. So we have the European lead for the Global Plastics Treaty, Hugo Shelley, who's going to be talking online live, and he will be talking also about not just the treaty and the bold ambitions of that treaty, but what's happening in Europe around packaging and plastics as well.
Oh, that's incredible. Well done, Helen.
Yeah. So that's a real coup. We also have representatives coming here who are involved in stewardship schemes in agriculture and in packaging. We have people coming from Asia who will be talking about trade and the global trade in plastics, because it all makes a big difference. We will also be looking at how we fundamentally change the economics in the same way we have done for carbon, to do the same for plastics. So we've got some economists and people like that will be coming along. So absolutely a rip-roaring event, and we'll be obviously tracking what has succeeded and what are the good changes that happened from last year, and taking that forward and doing kind of like a benchmark and say, how have we progressed or not?
Yeah.
So it'll be a good event.
Yeah, so you're probably going to have more people than last year as well, I'd imagine. The same again, but even more so. So people can register. We'll put the link below if anyone's listening too. We'll put the link below, but obviously you can jump onto the website too and just register that way. You've also got some sponsorship available still? I believe?
Yes, and exhibition stand. So if someone really wants to be seen as a leader, now's the time to get involved with that. And I think the sponsorship pack is also available on the website, and the exhibitor pack too.
Wonderful. Thanks, Helen. Well, I'm really looking forward to spending the 2 days with you. Now, we just sort of reiterate the dates. It's in Melbourne, it's in October, and the dates are?
The 10th and 11th of October at Ridges in the city. So a stunning venue, newly renovated, and we're also making it a sustainable event as much as we possibly can, Sally.
Oh, fabulous. Congratulations to you. Of course you're doing that, Helen. That's amazing.
Yep.
Helen Millicer, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next Martogg Industry Moment.